Welcome, everyone, to Comic News, the place where two guys yell obscenities at the comic book industry. I'm Duke.
And I'm the real Manos.
We got some big things that many people want us to talk about, and we will. But first, we're going to indulge ourselves and talk about something we both did. Manos, both you and me went to see RiffTrax live as of this recording a few weeks ago.
Yes, we went to see it together and separately in different states.
That counts, right? We had our watches synchronized and everything.
We saw the same thing.
Live at the same time.
It was a live show. That's what I really like about the, is it, I can't remember the...
It's Fathom.
Fathom, yeah. I love those things. And I wish I did more of them besides just the RiffTrax.
I'm kind of curious because they're doing like a Turner Classic Movies thing.
Yeah, maybe I should do one of the classic movie ones because I love seeing old films on the big screen.
I told my mom they're showing Hitchcock's The Birds, and she's tempted to do that because she loves that movie.
That's pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I've seen this is your first one, right?
This was my first one. I've seen one on Hulu. They have the Reefer Madness one up for
okay, cool. They did that one. They did that one live. And I really enjoyed watching these live performance shows, and they've gotten better as they've progressed. Like the first, they started like having musical acts and like other things, and it's like, I'd rather just see you guys riff and make fun of stuff. I don't want like any padding.
Yeah, the Reefer Madness has these two weird shorts by this guy who just listened to his young daughter make up nonsense and then animated it.
Those are really funny, though.
Those are funny, but they're kind of like, I kind of came to hear three guys yell at old things, but this is, whatever, it's appreciated, but it's just... Yeah. That's not what I was here for.
A little girl talking about Jesus marrying a frog or something. It's...
This glitter doll came, and it was living in the ocean.
Yeah, it's really funny.
It is.
But, yeah, this is great, and... I had resisted. There's RiffTrax, and then there's Cinematic Titanic, and Cinematic Titanic is basically the other writers from the show, and they did also a re-riffing on one of their episodes, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, and that's the only one I haven't bought because I've been resistant. Like, I don't know. I really love the original riffing on it, so I don't know if I want to watch them make fun of it again. But I couldn't, and I was thinking about that with Manos, but I was like, I can't resist going to see a movie theater that has Manos playing.
Yeah, like a picture you put up is they have a thing that says Manos like in the theater. You were so happy about that.
That was fantastic. I mean, there's a poster and just seeing them on the big screen, the Torgo and the Master.
Because we all need Torgo in the silver screen.
Oh my god! And just the jokes are really good. I gotta say, you haven't seen the original Mystery Science Theater version.
I kind of like debated whether or not, but then I settled on, you know what? Let's give this one a shot first, so I'm not blinded.
Yeah, I'm glad you did it that way. You should have this experience. But I do recommend when you get a chance, you should check out the original MST.
I did. I watched. I can't remember what MST one I watched on YouTube, but I also watched another. I rewatched the Reefer Madness live one again on Hulu, and then I watched. Is it House on Haunted Hill? Yeah, I think that's
House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah, they have a couple on Hulu if you're really curious. They also have Cinematic Titanic. I found that yesterday.
Yeah, those are great.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite one of Cinematic Titanic is East Meets Watts. You should really check that one out. I highly recommend that one.
I can't remember which one I'm going to.
Oh, you'll recognize it.
I know which one. Like their label. I'll check that one out. I watched one yesterday. I can't remember what it is right now. It wasn't that. I know that.
Okay.
But yeah, this like my experience was I got to the movie fairly early just because my ride couldn't get me there any later.
Yeah.
And been a bit of a date there who watched it with me. And did you show up early enough to watch the slideshow thing they played before it?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I know that was we were all sitting there, and almost every single one of those little does your movie theater normally have what obvious movie star is coming in this movie or some stupid Coke sponsored trivia thing?
Yeah, I think that's AMC that does that more. AMC theaters.
Mine does that. It's not AMC, but they have another version of that.
Yeah, we go to Regal mostly, so they usually have the 20.
Yeah.
So they don't really have the slide thing. But I've been to there's a couple other movie chains in the area, so yeah, I'm well I'm well adverse.
I love
acquainted
those. I love the RiffTrax ones because over the years, especially recently, I've learned to loathe just the stuff they put before the trailers in the movie.
Because they're insipid.
And the worst part is they keep if in case of my theater, not telling me to fucking eat White Castle. They're just like, listen to this song that's been played over 1 million times. Can't I just shoot myself?
Yeah, or they go, oh, listen to this new hit song by Shelby somebody.
Exactly.
You've never heard of. I've never heard this song in my life.
I know.
But she's got a great contract with Coke movie theaters.
Exactly. But no, some of my favorite jokes from that was Nick Cage loves to play his favorite prank called filming a Nick Cage movie. There was one, they had these things called movie haikus where they just say things to make fun of it. And when they did Transformers 3, it just said no in a haiku.
I also liked Name the Theme Song, and it was bum, repeat 78 times.
And then it said the entire soundtrack of Inception. And I love the other one they did where they just said the song that I think they play in Birdemic a lot, hanging out with my family, and then said The Godfather.
Oh my God. So let me ask you, this is the first time you've seen Manos, The Hands of Fate, right?
Yes.
All right. What is your impressions of it?
My God. My favorite part are the parts where they don't riff anything, but in the movie itself, they hold on to shots too long and the actors don't know what to do. There are a couple of those where they're just like, well, I don't know.
There's a lot, yeah.
I know. Oh, God. And
what about that driving scene at the beginning?
I love the teenagers who are constantly making out. My God, what do you do anything? And I love the senator joke. Oh, yeah, the movie itself is a trip. God.
Oh,
man. I will say this, that was the funniest 2 hours I've spent in my life in a long time watching RiffTrax live. And I'm going to the Birdemic one they're doing in October.
Oh, me too. I'm very excited about that one.
And I've seen most of Birdemic.
Oh, really? I'm familiar with Birdemic, but I've never seen the film. So
IFC, because they actually, the channel IFC, their film branch has the rights to it.
Yeah.
So sometimes they'll be like, IFC presents Birdemic, and that's how I watched most of it. And it was the second most awkward thing I've ever seen aired on that channel, only because in recent memory they aired the SpongeBob movie. Because when I think indie film, I think SpongeBob.
Oh, nothing more.
Exactly.
Oh, so yeah, that's Torgo. That's the Master. That's the that's the movie.
The best reaction from the movie itself was the end where they see the little girl tied up.
Yeah.
Someone almost puked, I swear. They're like, oh God.
I do recommend checking out the MST3K version now.
I will totally do that after this someday. I'm a busy man, but I'll definitely do that after this. And if any of these are in a local theater, totally go to these. They're way worth the money. By the way, this is the first time someone's going to be envious of me, but this is the first time I've ever paid $12 for a movie ticket, because in my area they're usually $7.50 for a matinee.
Oh wow!
And I've had people who are like, "Get out of my face! How dare you insult me?" with your cheaper movie prices.
Ah.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I'm so glad. And I'm for sure going because unless something stops me, my movie theater already said, yeah, we're doing this. We had a problem with our website, so because they literally didn't update their website about it until like a week before.
Oh, wow.
I almost missed it, but I was like, I wonder if they changed it by now. Holy shit, they did. It's gonna be a fun night for me. But yeah. So enough of us having fun. You people don't want that. It's time to break into comic news.
Yeah.
Now, our first is, now we have to get a song ready, and it's Image themed, Manos, so.
All right.
Vague, oh, sorry.
Vague Image Jesus!
For Invincible 100. Another book went to 100.
Yeah.
At all.
What the hell? Comic books can do that?
Like without cheating? My God. Yes. And there are a bunch of vague teasers for Invincible 100 showing the death of something. I've been meaning to really try hard to get into Invincible. I tried the first 2 trades once and was like, I don't see why everyone really thought this was great. But then I realized something that stopped me from truly enjoying it.
What's up?
I got copies from my local library that some punk kid drew in.
That's not Kirkman's fault.
Exactly. But here's why. But here's the first part with this. This is all the guy did.
Well, imagine the comic without the penises.
No. He didn't do that. He just added nipples to every female character.
Oh, so
and then added butt cracks that go up to like, far past where they should go, to the back.
So now he works at DC.
Yes. Jim Ballard stole it and was like, I need to do something else with my life. I know, let's ruin other things.
Gullum March started somewhere, damn it.
Gullum March, what were you doing in Lincoln, Nebraska?
Drawing nipples on comics?
Yeah, I was like, I need to make every comic better. Yeah. But I really need to try and give this series another shot. But yeah, you Invincible fans have something to look forward to. Someone's gonna die.
Woohoo! Let's kill him.
And this being a self-published book, they might stay dead.
That's true. That's the advantage of these books. It's like, yeah, I mean, if Kirkman doesn't want them back, they're not coming back.
Yeah. And like, I love the final one where it's like, everyone's gonna die, maybe. Who knows? I'm sure someone's going to be like, oh my God, someone died. But there's kind of an unspoken rule with Kirkman books not to spoil them.
Yeah.
So no matter even if we don't know the characters and being unable to care, no one will tell us anyway, unless we really try and look for it, which we won't.
Now, let me ask you this. I only have a vague recollection of what's going on. But isn't there another character as Invincible going on right now?
There is a Black Invincible, which they promoted like good long time ago. Yeah. I don't know if he's still around. I remember when he finally debuted, a lot of people were, there was fuss about it. Like, finally, it's happening. Because it was.
But in the ad here, so I assumed that was because the first Invincible was already dead.
I assumed either dead, missing, or retired for a while.
Because he's dead here.
Well, he's beaten up badly for all the like.
Yeah. And
I didn't know the robot guy was a guy in a suit. I thought it was just a robot.
Yeah. Well, that goes to show you how little we read of.
I know. Like I really want to be the kind of guy who's like, it looks so cool, but I don't know anything.
I've been contemplating getting into it because I've been thinking about reading more Image, and this is basically one of the big Image books right now. And
big Image books forever.
Yeah,
Walking Dead, of course. Walking Dead's probably the big one.
Well, yeah. Well, Kirkman's pretty much the guy at Image. Right?
He is the king of Image.
That's right.
Bow before his mighty beard.
So, when's this issue coming out?
Let's see. Well, it's actually the start of an arc, because apparently issues 96 to 100 are the ones you're supposed to...
Oh, it's the start of an arc. Oh.
Yeah, it's a three-issue arc. And one thing about the book I've been told, and I assume, like, after this, there's going to be a good jumping on point. Kirkman really does try to make good jumping on points. And I might take advantage of the next one, because I want to... Because maybe I just wasn't... It could have been the kid who ruined the books, or the fact that it's early on. It's not going to probably be the greatest, though it could be.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this isn't that good, but I really want to give this book a fair shot.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing. You know, I've been wanting in the last few months to jump on, but I don't know. I'm not sure when to jump on. So this might be a good...
Image makes a really good point of pointing out, yeah, get this now. Do it.
Yeah. Well, wait, it doesn't say number one. How am I supposed to know?
We'll lie to you. That'd be perfect.
Just buy it, you dumbasses.
We'll make sure there's a 1 in it somewhere. Because it'll be a 100 issue, probably.
Maybe that's a good ad campaign slogan. Just buy it, dumbasses.
And then we need a picture of Red from that 70s show. Just looking at you very angrily. He's been in comic book things.
Yeah, why not?
He was in Green Lantern, the animated series. He was in another animated movie. I can't remember what at the moment, but anyway.
Yeah.
So we started small on something we know absolutely nothing about. Let's start on something that we know, but in my opinion, I just don't really care.
Tonight on Don't Really Care. Ba-da-da-da-da.
That could be a British sitcom, though, so don't laugh.
Yeah.
JMS and Eduardo Risso to amaze and astonish. It's JMS, so I'll hold my breath on that. With before Watchmen Moloch.
Yeah.
I did not think they were going to do more besides the ones they already announced.
No, they're going to keep doing it.
But this will be 2 issues. I guess it won't be too much if it's not that good.
Thank God, more Morlock.
Yeah, like, do we really need to explore that guy?
Did we get to find out why he has, like, puppy dog ears?
I guess that's a fun, the only way you would have get me really interested, because the only time I ever cared about the character was the fact that Matt Frewer played him in the movie.
Yeah.
I really like Matt Frewer as an actor. But as far as I can see,
fantastic.
Matt Frewer has no input. So, yeah, it's only 2 issues. I guess I don't know. Like, this just came out of nowhere, and it just kind of boggles my tiny mind.
Let's see. I wonder what else.
That big on, I haven't read, I've heard a lot more positive reaction to Dr. Manhattan, but I really didn't like Night Owl, which JMS also did.
Yeah. Hey, he's doing this one.
And it's only 2 issues. Like, I don't know. I like, JMS has been really hit or miss in the past few years. A lot of misses with the DC, though I did love his Brave and the Bold run for the most part. But yeah,
I didn't hate that. That was pretty decent.
He got an Eisner for, or at least nominated for an Eisner for that issue with Batgirl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, that one was really good. But I don't know.
I think it's just I don't know. You're right. He has. I mean, you know what I felt like about his Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
and
his Superman just fell right up. Like, at first I was okay with his Superman. Then
me too.
I reread the first trade, or at least tried to. I'm like, wow, this makes no sense.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing. I mean,
this is really stupid.
Yeah, at first I thought, oh, okay, this is potentially a great idea.
It is. That's the part that really annoys me.
Yeah, and it goes nowhere, literally. And then other people had to pick up the reins, and they didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, like, common sense. Like, people are like, oh, it really fell downhill when, he left and let someone else take care of it. No, it's really not that well thought out. Like, okay, in the first actual issue, he literally, after dealing with a bunch of street thugs, says to a little kid, go tell them that if they do something, I'll come back. Yes, Superman. Let the little kid talk to the dangerous human beings.
His fights are generally kind of public. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if he's fighting robots in Japan, I'm sure that'll be the moment.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's going to be saving all of humanity while that kid's trying to be like, I'm going to tell Super, oh, God.
It's like, hey, let's kill that kid now.
Yeah, Superman's not going to care. He's distracted, dealing with, something more serious and being...
Needs of the many, needs of the many.
Needs of the many, my friend. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Now let's go to more many.
To more many? My God! Yeah. Okay, so Jeff Johns, David Finch, Justice League of America. Okay.
Now, I'm slightly confused, Duke. Maybe you can explain this to me.
I might.
Is this a second Justice League title?
Yes.
Or is... Oh, okay. And it's called Justice League of America?
Yes.
Isn't there already a Justice League of America?
No, they're just the Justice League, apparently. They're the Justice League of the world. They're just a Justice League.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, right. Your American team led by a Martian.
Hey,
I'm thinking he's the leader.
There's no need to be racist towards Martians, Duke.
Okay, fine. I'll be racist towards Hawkman. How dare you, you Egyptian bastard? Or whatever the hell you are currently.
This week, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I haven't been following Justice League because Jim Lee's really like it. I like Jim Lee. Jim Lee's great. Jim Lee Rushed is almost impossible to really look at once you see really good Jim Lee.
Yeah. Well,
to be honest, an art problem with me.
Well, to be honest, any rushed artist, isn't that great?
Yeah, but I can deal with for Doug Monkey, who's been doing Green Lantern for a while. I can get through him when he's rushed, and trust me, it's not pretty when he's rushed, because the big thing that they've been doing to kind of get stuff done in this case is just put more inkers on it and get whatever page done inked as fast as possible, and you can tell, and it looks sloppy.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I'm just pulled out of it because it's like whoever does his inking usually, Williams, Scott Williams, I think.
Yeah.
He's probably should be the only one because it's like no one else can really work with him. I think. This is my opinion. I will say, but I just up front, his art's jarring when it's like that. Like it makes it almost impossible for me to get through it. Now, getting to this, why give David Finch anything?
Now, has he left completely the fantastic series, Batman Dark Knight?
Don't diss it too fast. I've been hearing amazing things since Hurwitz took over.
But, well, I mean, come on. I mean, look at the act he's following.
Exactly. But I really want to check it out. I've heard really good things, like not just compared to Finch. I mean, or Jenkins, Paul Jenkins, who took it over.
But
and I'm not giving him on interiors either, just in general. Like he's not bad.
Yeah.
But it's just
we got Martian Manhunter, Stargirl, who Jeff Johns co-created.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see her. I love her.
Yeah. Well, thankfully she was created by Jeff Johns, so she gets to live. Katana.
I'm just shocked it took her that long to come back. Like, my God, you waited.
Hawkman, Green Arrow, one of the Green Lanterns.
The new one that they're kind of going to start talking about in issue 0.
Yeah. Catwoman. And hey, Catwoman, that zipper does go up.
Not in this universe,
it does.
Manos.
I know you don't. I know you since, like, New 52, you've kind of forgotten how the zipper works, but it does go up. And then, of course, the greatest American hero ever, Steve Trevor.
You forgot one more, and to be fair, I'm shocked you forgot him. Vibe's on the team.
Oh, Vibe, yeah, that's right. Vibe is.
I love how he's in the corner.
crouch down. Like, no one cares about me. I'm just going to be here.
Yeah, like, I'm going to hide behind Catwoman's giant breast. Yeah, like, at first, this is going to sound stupid. I did not know that was Steve Trevor. My first reaction was, hey, they gave an extra from G.I. Joe Retaliation some time to work while the movie finally comes out.
Yeah, no, he's not that good.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and they put Steve Trevor in. Someone was talking to me just today thinking, why are they trying to make him basically
badass?
No, more than that. More like DC's Nick Fury, it seems.
Yeah, I think so. It's like, I thought that was Amanda Waller. Oh.
Well, apparently when she lost all that weight, she lost the role of being DC's Nick Fury.
Hey. She is the exact same character, according to the writer of that book.
I'm never going to really read it, so I'll take
Neither am I.
word from it.
Fuck that book.
Yeah. I'm not against Trevor on it. It's just weird.
It's like all of a sudden he's like the most important person ever.
If he's voiced by Nathan Fillion somehow, I'm on, but because he was in the animated Wonder Woman movie. But does this team seem like a team someone threw together in their fanfic?
Yes.
And to be fair, you can make that argument with a lot of teams. But this one, for some reason, just screams fanfic.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like your box of action figures fell on the floor, and this is the pile.
Kind of.
Well, I got Hawkman and Catwoman and Steve Trevor, Vibe.
Like, Vibe's the only one where I'm like, why? For the love of God, why?
I'm that and Steve Trevor.
Like, I'd see more use out of Steve Trevor than Vibe, though.
Well, here's the thing. Also, Catwoman?
Yeah, that one, I don't know why that one shouldn't, like, it's not bothering me as much as it should. It is random.
Well, I mean, she is so not Justice League.
Maybe she's pulling off, maybe the government caught her and they're being like, you have to serve America or some bullshit.
Well, don't they have something called Suicide Squad for that?
Shut up. Anyway.
No. Oh, I'm sorry with my logic. And
No, then they're like, wait, you want me to work on Suicide Squad? Fuck it, I'll take the Justice League.
Yeah.
Like, do you want Catwoman to be on Suicide Squad?
Well, Catwoman, you have to lose weight. You're way too fat.
And you're also, you may also have to wear, we let Harley Quinn wear her hooker clown getup. You're fine.
Yeah. We have these tassels that have cats on them. So that's your costume.
She won't say no to that. That's the,
no. I think even no. Even she has her dignity. It's like
depends on who's riding her. But, yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. Darwin Cook, come back.
Darwin Cook, Ed Brubaker, your country needs you.
Catwoman needs you.
And apparently, Catwoman's working for our country.
Can't DC just like reprint those issues and say it's new?
I'd buy it.
That'd be great. I mean, would anybody have noticed?
Ed Brubaker might notice. He's like, wait a minute.
Spot him a check.
Yeah, good point. That's a brilliant idea, but the thing is, they don't listen to us, Manos.
That's true, they don't.
Granted, we managed to somehow convince them to not take the Wonder Woman pilot the series.
Yeah, well,
wait, the pilot itself did that.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's move on to other Justice League
news. We
will,
but first I need to switch over. Okay. Now we can switch over.
Yeah. And yes, Duke, you're right. The regular Justice League book is just simply called Justice League. And
I love when I'm right about the obvious.
Isn't that great? Well, and I'm sure you heard, this week the news broke, as well as Wonder Woman's hymen. Superman and Wonder Woman are a couple.
I have no feeling on this whatsoever.
Neither do I. I'm actually, let me tell you, this is actually one of the reasons why I dropped DC books. This doesn't even emotionally affect me at all. I don't even care. And a year ago, I would have cared. A lot. But now I don't.
Well, that's because, here's the thing. I would have cared too because there was an established relationship with, Clark and Lois married.
Yeah.
They got rid of that, so maybe that's why I really don't care.
Yeah.
Because, that's different, so...
It's different!
It's different. Like here's the thing. There are people who still complain. Oh, they didn't do a full reboot. They should have done a full reboot. There are too many things that are still the same.
Yes.
Those same people said, how dare they do something different? That's that's the thing that's been annoying me.
Well, really, because it seems like the different things they choose are so random. Like
they're change for change. I agree, but
yeah, it's like it's really annoying. It's like, you know, one of the reasons why I dropped DC is because I'm suffering through change fatigue.
Wow, I didn't get that. I remember event fatigue.
Yeah, well, it's very similar.
Do I need a medication for it?
Yes, ask your doctor. But I'm just tired, and you know, there are people who are like, "Oh, you hate change. You don't want anything to change." Well, I don't want everything to change every month. I mean, it feels like that. Like all the time. It's like, can we have some status quo at all? And I don't know. I know Frank Miller is really happy about this because this is something he's always fantasized about.
Yes, he sends me the weird fanfic all the time. And apparently he tricked Jeff Johns into putting some of it into his scripts. By the way, that Twitter comment you made to him was gold.
Thank you. And I...
Go to Twitter to find out, folks.
There's supposedly some kind of, like, tragedy that binds them together or something like that. Now, I assumed it was Steve Trevor getting killed because Lois has been appearing in Superman, so I didn't think really they'd probably kill her off. And Steve Trevor has not appeared, as far as I can tell, in Wonder Woman so far.
Unless he was in his disguise as one of the psycho Amazon women.
Yeah, sure, maybe.
It's really undercover. I had to stab that guy.
So I was thinking, oh, maybe they're going to kill him, but now they put out this news this week that he's in Justice League of America. So
that and he's in one of the new books coming out to replace other books they've canceled.
Because I thought they were building up to killing him off or something like that. It's like, oh, no, they're not doing that. I don't know what's going on, and I assume this is going to be like within a story arc, and it's going to be dropped. Like, you know, they're going to break up or not really stay together or something.
That's the thing I'm curious about. Like, how do we know this will be permanent either? If it does,
it's not going to be permanent. Nothing is permanent. You have to let it go. Nothing is permanent anymore. So I'm just concerned. I just want to make sure Lois is okay because I am a big Superman Lois believer.
So am I. Well, not a big one, but I think that was a weird change.
And I always thought that relationship made sense. So, you know, forget, like, you know, Frank Miller goes into this weird stuff about, like, how he looks pathetic being with a normal girl. Like, Lois is not really a normal girl. I know he has this attachment that Lois is this 50s I Love Lucy kind of character that's always meddling and stupid. But she's evolved over the last, I don't know, 50 years, as well as Superman, really. And those characters, you know, Superman doesn't think of himself as Superman, this godlike character. He thinks of himself as this guy from Kansas. So, I don't know. It just it always just made more sense. So, yeah, fine. If you want to have them fuck around, go for it. Knock yourself out, DC.
Do whatever you want. You have the keys to the very expensive Porsche that you're probably going to wreck.
That's right. Do whatever you want. You know, maybe have her hook up with Aquaman next.
No. They're saving that for Cyborg.
Yeah,
Cyborg and Aquaman.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious for some weird reason. I don't know why.
Cyborg and Aquaman, yeah.
No one would expect it. At least this is less unexpected than that would be. And the thing is, Jeff Johns would probably stick with it. He's like, no. Yes, he is.
Nothing stays forever. Just get used to it.
Okay.
The end. I mean, whatever changes they're about to make, that's not going to last. Like, not even going to last a year anymore.
What if I choose really broad things that they usually never change?
What's
like
that?
Superman having hair.
That will, I think, remain.
Okay, and if they all of a sudden decide we need to make him bald, I'm going to laugh until I die.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, oh yeah, that's cool because Lex Luthor is bald too. That means they're sort of alike in a weird way, and then they have an understanding. Like, oh hey, is it my evil? Yeah, yeah.
You sound like a used car salesman I met once.
Yeah, well, that's me as a writer.
Look at this. Look at this engine, man. Look at this. Look at the stereo. Boom.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. So, are you done with this?
I'm done. Yeah.
We're going to change to another story. Well,
Done.
two. The big event a lot of people wanted us to do, we'll do next. But let's first talk about Rob Liefeld's attempt to preserve his sanity. I'll let you laugh at that later. Okay, so he earlier this week...
Well, it turns out he's a really big fitness nut. And, working on the DC books, he can't keep up with the Insanity program. So he's got to quit the books. He really likes staying in shape.
I'd say something, but for some reason I'm smiling so much right now. Oh, good for Rob. Good for him. Anyway, so, okay. What has Rob done in the last few weeks? Well, he announced that, like Grant Morrison, he's leaving DC. And he said with the 0 issues of all the things he's working on, he's done. Oh, no! And then went on Twitter, and this is before the main thing everyone wants me to talk about, where he basically criticized his editors and the overall handling of the New 52.
Yeah.
Mind you, more and more we see the New 52's not really been a giant overall success. So he's probably right in some parts, but bad-mouthing people's kind of a weird spot to go.
Well, here's the thing. I have heard other writers talk about that. Other artists talk about that. Like George Perez left because he was just tired of getting constant rewrites and stuff like that. And
Judd Winnick just left too.
Yeah, I mean sometimes stuff at the last minute, according to some of these writers. And the thing is, the difference with Rob is, Rob Liefeld is Rob Liefeld, and he doesn't just burn that bridge; he blows it the fuck up, and that's what he did this week.
And then blows up whatever's left of the chunks of the bridge.
Yes, that's right. And he called out names and was really angry and bitter. And I guess that's it for him working for DC for at least a while.
Yeah, they'll probably be like, okay, we forgive you.
Yeah.
We will give you more hugs.
I never thought he'd work for Marvel again, and he did.
Yeah. I have one thing to ask, though. Will he change his icon picture? Because it's been Hawkman for a while. I'm kind of have a bet with my brother going that he's going to keep that for a while after the 0 issue comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to have a bet if every month the bet goes up $5.
Who do you think it will be next?
It'll probably just be I don't know, Glory, or probably go back to Deadpool or something.
Yeah. Oh, hey Rob, don't go back to Glory. Don't ruin that book.
You know what you need? You need to make sure that there's pouches on every living thing. Yeah.
Don't go back to Prophet. Don't go back to Glory.
You can go back to Youngblood. You can go back to Youngblood.
Isn't he doing something? Is he co-plotting or drawing that or something?
I don't know, because there's still that weird announcement that he's done with superheroes, or maybe it was just... I don't know. He doesn't make any sense anymore.
He might have been just angry.
Maybe.
Fuck it, I'm not doing any more superheroes.
And also on the heels, because someone did want me to mention this, apparently Bloodstrike's getting a movie now.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the Youngblood movie with Brett Ratner? Yeah.
Hey, how funny would it be if Bloodstrike beat Deadpool to the screen?
That seems possible at this point.
Yeah.
We're for sure getting a fucking movie with Rocket Raccoon. before Deadpool gets another movie.
Yeah, it's like Rocket Raccoon has beaten Wonder Woman.
I know.
Like, how much of that is bullshit?
And then again, a lot of people are like, that movie's probably going to tank. It doesn't matter. It's going to get made.
Yeah, people will have heard of it.
People would have at least known of it. No, I know who knows if we'll ever get Wonder Woman. But yeah, so this is kind of the prelude to the Deuce Storm that he kind of produced just yesterday as of this recording.
Yes.
And I was kind of wondering what this all was about because I got a couple random tweets saying, "Hey, do you know Rob Liefeld's a douchebag right now?" And I'm like, "What do you do now?" They're like, "Oh, go look it up." I'm like, "Tell me, no, go look it up." Like, I don't want to.
Well, tell me. I want to. I don't care.
If you don't just tell me what it is directly, I'm not going to care. And then I saw on the link we're using here, Bleeding Cool.
Yeah.
Because Comic Book Movie is an awful website with terrible ads that crash your laptop.
Yeah!
Or just play annoying-ass ads that force me to never even think of buying the product they promote. Suck it, website. Anyway, he apparently got into a feud with Zack. I keep getting the Snyders confused. Scott Snyder.
Scott Snyder's... Oh... The difference... You can tell the difference between Scott Snyder and Zack Snyder. Scott Snyder's action work is in freeze frame, where Zack Snyder is even slower.
Is in slow motion.
This is Sparta.
I'm Superman and I'm on a boat. Okay, so the main event, but we're going to talk about this event in a very special way.
Yes.
Manos, explain what we're doing.
Well, this is the very first installment of a new series we made up earlier this afternoon, which I don't know if we'll do any more of these.
I wonder when to do this again.
Yes, we'll see if we can find another reason to do it. But this will be the first installment of our NPR series, Comic News
Theater.
Comic Cool.
Sorry.
You wrecked my intro, man.
I thought we were doing it together. My bad.
Oh, okay. Comic News Theater.
We're going to get dramatic music probably. No, we won't.
Okay.
But yes. So here's what we're going to do. Manos is going to read all the dialogue of Mr. Scott Snyder. Where I will take the ever so subtle words of Mr. Robert Liefeld. I can't talk. This is going to go smoothly.
Yes.
Now, the order we're going to do this, we tried to run down the order of this. Someone may be confused by the order when we're doing the ones in the pictures. We're going to first do the ones in order as if people would see the first one, which are all in little gray rectangles on this article we're using. And then when we get to the pictures, at least this is the way I believe the order goes.
So we're going to go down on the gray rectangles and then go back up on the pictures.
We're going to start at the bottom of the bottom photo and then go up. So for you to tag along with this dramatically well-told script reading that'll totally not fail, you have all been warned. So, okay, let me get it up again so we can get this drama all out on the internet. Okay. It's not you. It never has been. It's Batman.
I can assure you, Batman doesn't sell the way because it's Batman. It sells that way because of me and Greg.
Get over yourself, you pretentious prick. Next line. Been berated in direct messages by Scott Snyder this morning. Excuse me if I don't marvel at your amazing abilities to write Batman. Piss off. I'd like to think that one moment here, I need to breathe. I'd like to think that if you're going to wave your ego around, Rob Liefeld is judging someone on their ego. Let that sink in. If you're going to wave your eagle around on Batman, you remember all that came before you. Holy crap. By the way, he spelled holy, for those who aren't paying attention, Holeee. Average Batman book sells, that has poor grammar, sells 880K. Enough said.
Nice. Your Twitter feed's the best thing you've written all year.
Total truth. Of course, because it's not edited. Yeah, that was the real fold.
Oh, I'll give you credit, Rob. Batman might sell in spite of me and Greg, as you say, but Deathstroke and Hawkman failed because of you.
Next line for you.
Give credit where credit is due, brother. And all I can say on that is, comics.
My sales went up on those books, Rob. I mean, they can't talk. Scott, sorry, buddy. By the way, no, they really didn't. No. In fact, when it was announced you were on the book.
Commentary out. Let's stay in character.
Sorry.
LOL. And you can put that in your pouch and keep it for later.
1 word. Haunt. 2 words. Swamp Thing. Not all creations equal. Batman is the #1 selling character in the history of the biz. Period. End of story. Will endure beyond creators' careers. Okay, that was dickish.
Okay. Now we're going to go to the bottom of the pictures and read up.
Go, sir.
Okay. I'll ask you privately, Rob. You've always been supportive of me and have been the same. But what was that? Was that Batman comment aimed at me? I'll wait to hear back from you.
Really, Scott? Are you the only guy working on Batman? That's my answer.
As head writer of Batman and someone who has defended Smitty a bit, and I would assume you're talking about me, not so? I ask because everyone's asking me to respond to you, but I am giving this the benefit of the doubt and hoping you're not talking about me. I can assure you Batman doesn't sell the way because it's Batman. It sells that way because of me and Greg.
When I show some stats, it'll be clear who I'm speaking of, not you. I could give 2 shits about what you say, pro or con, about anyone. Sorry.
Greg will reiterate. Greg will recite that more strongly than me to you. I can assure you if you're talking about us.
Wasn't aware you were the head Batman writer. Ooh. Nice title if you're into that. LOL.
Any Batman writer is the head Batman writer.
It's called the lead book by...
Oh, okay. It's how they do it. I don't know.
It's called the lead book
when I show you some stats, it'll be clear what...
No.
That's Rob, excuse me.
And that's not even the next line. You are fucking crazy. And then this is the part where it got public for those unaware. We aren't doing this private anymore?
It's not specific to me, but I'm not sure why you're so angry at me. Like I said, I've always been in your corner at DC. Dude, why are you mad at me? I'm generally confused.
You and everyone else in the world, Scott.
And scene.
Brava.
Thank you.
Yes. So, what have we learned from this?
I don't know. I
think
exactly.
That's the actual answer. No. We learned absolutely nothing. We learned Rob Liefeld has some strange grudge against someone on Batman.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't even know if I can even guess at why he lashed out at Scott Snyder.
Admittedly, maybe he's under the impression, you're getting special treatment because, you're the hot writer besides Jeff Johns.
Yeah.
But also, he probably got there, Rob, because he deserved it.
Yeah, I mean, he did work his way up.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
every book he's touched has been a hit, really.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely. I mean, the Batman title could have crashed and burned if he fucked it up.
And he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, it could have failed. Like, I mean, look how many times... Well, here's the thing. You know, I can't even give any specific examples because, you know, I don't know how some of these titles have crashed and burned due to editorial content and all the things that Rob's been complaining about, actually, and I've heard other writers and artists complain about. So I won't get into that. But, I mean, he has had, like, a steady stream of just fantastic work. I mean, all the way starting from, like, American Vampire.
American Vampire is where he put his foot in the door.
Yeah. And, I mean, and then, you know, jumping on Detective Comics, making people care about the Dick Grayson Batman.
After Morrison was kind of done with them.
Yeah, I mean, saying those words together just makes me throw up in my mouth a little bit. And because, I mean, what everyone was talking about that story wasn't, you know, the Dick Knight. They were talking about, you know, James Gordon's son, who I'm not sure how old he is anymore because of the New 52, but...
He's an 82-year-old man now, somehow. I'd buy it at this point. I'd buy it at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a Benjamin Button disease of some sort.
Yes. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess Rob was just blowing off some steam, and he unfortunately picked Scott Snyder to aim that anger towards, I guess. I don't know.
I'm getting text messages like insanity, but yeah, like I'm thinking of that scene from Commando where
yeah, I was totally thinking about Commando when I was reading those.
Let off some steam, Ben. After you said steam reference.
Oh, okay.
Let off some steam, Rob. I'm perplexed by the fact that this exists. Because people were like, dude, did you see Rob Liefeld act like a douche? I'm like, yeah, he's acting like a douche, but that's kind of it.
Yeah, yeah. Because I also, like, heard some murmurs, like, people, like, arguing on Twitter. It's like, what? Who? What? I don't understand.
What's the yeah, there's some people, like, getting into an argument. Like, what's the argument?
Yeah, it's not really... Yeah, I don't know what they're fighting about.
Scott Snyder I don't even know if Scott Snyder realized he was fighting. He's putting smiley faces in some of his replies.
Yeah, it's almost like a Larry David argument on Twitter.
Kind of. There's no point to this.
Yeah.
You're gonna forget about it next week.
Yes.
I'm probably gonna forget about it by the time I edit the show, which could possibly be next week, but who knows?
I forgot what we're talking about right now.
Oh, we're talking about Justice League of America. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I was expecting someone wanted us to rant about this. There's nothing to rant about. If someone was expecting, you know, me to shoot lasers out of my eyes and Manos to throw fire out of his hands at this, well, give us something to actually do that to, because this isn't it. If Rob continues to do this and, you know, bring up more about this stupid feud and actually, I don't know, tell us what the hell he's talking about, that'd be nice. We'll totally, you know, maybe yell at him. I'm just confused by everything we're doing tonight, but this one just hit me as soon as I read it, I'm like, there's nothing here, but I'll do it anyway.
Oh, as soon as I read it, I was like, well, I know what we're doing for comic news.
We're
definitely talking about this.
10 people asked, you're doing it, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah. I actually got a couple of tweets about that too. Like, oh, please, God, tell me you're going to do it.
And if you're disappointed, I'm sorry. We gave you a fun theatrical show. Not as good as, you know, RiffTrax Live, which you should totally go see, but yeah, just this was a disappointment, I guess.
What?
Just, I was expecting to get mad at it, because before I read it, I was expecting, you know, just something that would get me really angry at Rob Liefeld. And
I'm not really angry. Yeah, I'm not really angry at Rob Liefeld either. I mean, yeah, he shouldn't have, like, behaved that way. You know, be cool. Even if he was totally in the right in the way he was treated at DC, still be cool. And
chill, bird boy. Sorry.
Chill, yes, chill. And I really do think Scott Snyder really didn't do anything to him to really deserve that.
Scott Snyder
But I think
himself
he's
will say
fine.
he did nothing.
Yeah, I think he's fine. I think everyone is fine. I think even Rob Liefeld is fine. He'll move on and do what Rob Liefeld does somewhere else. And that'll be that. And it'll just be another whimsical footnote in the career of Rob Liefeld.
And no, this will not affect his booming career as a weatherman. Calm down.
Yeah.
That'll go on forever as long as we're doing the show. So that was news.
Yeah.
Was there something we probably skipped? Probably, but hey, I'm in control. I'm in control. So, okay, let me, the recording's kind of at 26 minutes, so let me get it. Okay, we got things to promote. Manos, you do your first thing.
Okay, I self-publish my own comic book called Red Knight with art by J.C. Grande. 4 issues are out now. September 26th, issue 5 is going to come out. I'm also going to be at Baltimore Con on September 8th and 9th, and I'll be signing comics, selling comics, saying hi to the folks. And also I should say that my girlfriend Lindsay, who shoots my videos, is still doing a fundraiser. Please check out the link. You put a link last time, right?
I've been, since you started, I have.
Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Please check out the link if you can donate anything, please. And I'm also going to add this to the plugs. I got a lot of stuff I plug. And Primal Paper Comics is sort of launching new titles. We got a couple of new books coming out, and we're very excited. There's 2 new comics. One is by Jeff Hewitt called The Ends, which is sort of it's kind of an apocalyptic superhero story. And the other one is a 40s crime mystery film noir kind of story, Dogs and Sailors. It takes place in my city, Norfolk, during the 1940s when the Navy was first kind of moving into Norfolk, and it wasn't really a happy honeymoon, let's just say that. And there was a lot of, like, tension in the city during that time.
Fascinating.
So, I know, it looks amazing. Yeah, do you mind putting the Facebook page?
Totally. It'll totally be there.
We have a Facebook page. We have a new Twitter. And we're going to get a new website. By the next episode of Comic News, I think our website will be up and running. And I've already seen what it looks like, and it looks fantastic. I'm very, very, very excited about the new website. So, yeah, things are really exciting. Because it's Red Knight, The Legend of Willpower, 41, Dogs and Sailors, and The Ends. Those are the 5 titles over at Primal Paper. And we're just guys who love comics and are self-publishing our books. So we can't do it, without you.
Without you. We need to get a poster of you in the Uncle Sam pose.
Yeah.
Like saying, I want you to buy things that we publish. Yes. All the, available Facebook links, all that. It'll all be there, I assure that. One other thing that I promised to promote as a great friend.
Yeah.
For those who follow the following channels, Shades at Night, Tori GNR1, Deadpoolzilla, or Coolio Vids 101, you will notice they are doing promos for a strange project called Milky Juice. I promise it is not a goofy energy drink. It probably already is, but this is not what they're promoting. So if they're about to be sued, they didn't know. But they're starting a new collaboration channel where they, by now, they've posted a commentary for X-Men 3. And you guys get to hear Shades at Night talk about how much he truly loves that film and the man responsible for directing it. So, totally. And I haven't seen it yet. I really want to. I probably will after the recording, once I get my DVD player set. But yeah, I'm doing this as as a friend. This vague Milky Juice teaser, words I would never say for 1,000, Alex, is something that they made last minute. I I love just talking to those guys. I've done videos with a few of them. They're fun as hell to hang out with. Please go to that channel. Subscribe to them too. They're all really good, but that channel.
Yeah, it's not just us.
Yes, it's not just us who do YouTube. Subscribe to Geek Pollution and everything else. And
subscribe to yourselves. Just subscribe.
Put grass in straws. Just do it. RiffTrax reference. And also, while you're at it, if you are curious and you have the available resources to do so, follow us on Twitter and Tumblr, where we either will post funny shit or opinions on the world around us.
Yes.
We're very opinionated. With Manos, it'll be comic-related stuff and politics. With me, it'll be like, I got cheesecake or something really unimportant, but important to me. Cheesecake can be that damn important if you play your cards right.
And the Primal Paper Twitter, which we just started this week.
Yes, that'll be there too. Thank you for enjoying comic news. We enjoyed it, right, Manos?
I love it. It's fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you. By the way, if you start hating this, I'm totally going to use that clip against you.
Oh, okay.
You have evidence now.
I admit, Romney, you ain't going to pull that shit.
You're right. You're a likable human being. Why would I do that? Anyway, until next time, I'm Duke.
And I'm the real Manos.